No matter who you are, building wealth and overcoming poverty can be a challenge, but it is possible. Here are some tips for some small things you can do, starting now, to help break the cycle of poverty and take back control of your financial situation. 1. Educate yourself. This one comes first because it's the most important. The simple truth is the less you know, the more susceptible you are to taking advantage of, primarily when most schools don't currently provide educational opportunities in financial literacy. So education is critical. For starters, make sure you understand basic financial literacy, how credit works and how to build credit responsibly, your options when it comes to financial products and institutions, your rights when it comes to banking and financial products. More specific examples could include: if you're shopping for credit cards, make sure you know the available annual percentage rates, April, aka how much interest you'll be charged if you miss a payment. If you're shopping for a loan, make sure you understand the interest you'll owe and other repayment terms, such as the loan's length and monthly payments. Lenders are obligated to provide you with the total cost of the loan and payment schedule. Just like you might shop around before buying a pair of shoes, shop around before choosing a financial product or company. That way, you can make sure you get the best deal. Saving where you can is particularly important for people with low income. 2. Change your mindset towards money. For many low-income workers, the most challenging part of breaking the cycle of poverty is changing their mindset toward money. Their parents' money habits and lessons may be deeply ingrained, strongly influencing their own attitudes toward money. To start changing your mindset towards money, take a moment to assess where you're coming from and where you stand right now with your finances. Consider asking yourself these questions. For starters, how were you raised with money? What money habits did you inherit from your parents? How did they handle money? What triggers you to spend your money? A raise, for example. A sale. What are your current money beliefs? How much do you own outright? How much money do you owe? What small steps can you take to change these beliefs for the better? Financial educator Sharita M. Humphrey has another mindset shift to offer if you live in poverty. You're not poor, she says, you're just in a lower wealth status. What's the difference? When you think about your financial situation as a temporary status, you start to understand it's something you can change. In other words, you have income mobility. If you make the right decisions and get smart with your finances, you can start to move up the wealth chain to a higher wealth situation. Sometimes, the hope that things can change for the better, and that you can change your situation, can be pretty powerful. So take back your power when it comes to money. 3. Leverage community resources. While changing your mindset is helpful, having a positive attitude can only take you far. At a certain point, it comes down to opportunity. The next step to mindset change involves finding the tools and helping hands you need to be successful. That's where the resources available in your local community can come into play. Need financial advice or more active help? Having trouble understanding your taxes or how to start investing? Or have questions about other areas of finance where you could benefit from an expert's help? Don't struggle alone in silence. Take advantage of the resources available in your local community. Think of these resources as yet another way to improve your financial education. As great as reading online can be, sometimes it's both friendly and helpful to have face-to-face interaction. Here are some places you can find free or lower-cost help. Non-profit organizations, such as United Way. Public libraries or schools. Some churches and community centers. For taxes specifically, the IRS Tax Assistance Center. Many of these organizations offer programs to help you complete taxes, understand basic financial literacy, or find legitimate financial products that fit your needs. Often, they'll host economic speakers, provide courses, and sometimes even provide one-on-one coaching. Suppose you have more income to devote to bettering your financial situation. In that case, you might also consider a certified financial educator, counselor, or advisor, who could help you get on the right track. 4. Avoid predatory payday lending. If you just look at the name, a payday loan sounds like a loan just for one day, right? But the truth is, if you get caught in the payday lending cycle, you could pay for that loan for years to come. In fact, about 12 million Americans use payday loans each year and spend an average of $520 in fees to borrow just $375. I don't know about you, but that math just doesn't add up. As explained by the CFPB, the cost of a payday loan could range from about $10 to $30 for every $100 you borrow. If you take out a 2-week payday loan with a fee of $15 for every $100 borrowed, your annual percentage rate, April, would be nearly 400%. To put this into perspective, the April for credit cards runs from about 12 to 30%. But what are your options if you don't have access to credit or credit cards? Payday loans encourage a cycle of debt thanks to high rates of interest, as well as high repayment installments. In most cases, the client will be unable to repay the debt by the due date. What happens next? Another costly loan is secured to cover the difference, financial counselor Regina Blackwell says. Why do so many people keep falling into this trap? A few possible reasons. Emergency need for cash. Poor credit or no credit, which is needed to access higher quality and lower interest loans. Lack of awareness about other options. One possible solution to help you break this cycle, aside from just avoiding payday loans, work on building better credit. That way, if an emergency does arise, you can gain access to more favorable personal loans with better loan terms, making it more likely you'll actually be able to pay those loans back. 5. Focus on your credit. Credit scores and history play a critical role in an individual's ability to achieve economic security and build wealth in the US, but that opportunity is not easily attainable for communities of color. Whoever you are, having bad credit could cost you big time throughout your lifetime. Asterisk assumptions: 30-year period with a $2,000 limit credit card every month, $250,000 mortgage with a 30-year term, a 48-month car loan. Bad credit could cost you more interest rates and car insurance costs and limit your access to borrowing power. Bad credit could cost you in ways other than just dollars and cents. In many states, it can even impact the jobs you qualify for. In fact, 72% of employers now conduct background checks on employees before being hired, and 29% of those employers perform a credit check. One of the best ways to break the cycle of poverty then is to build your credit responsibly. There are many ways you can get started with establishing or rebuilding your credit, depending on your individual situation. First, make sure you understand how credit works, how your credit score is determined, and how you can build better credit for yourself.